A woman had suffered from a headache for a year until the doctor found something in her head that made him speechless. Her heart pounded like a stereo when the doctor came into the room, gripping her test results. Yasmin could have seen the look of fear and bafflement on his face. "I've been a doctor for 25 years, and I've never seen anything like this before," Dr. Jones said, with a calm yet alarmed tone. Yasmin's heart continued beating extremely fast. Her face went pale, while the headache started burning even more. Firstly, she supposed her headaches were due to stress and exhaustion. Being a mom of two is a job with no days off. But she was so wrong. The real reason for her headaches was something truly unbelievable and rare. Yasmin Smith had been a real globetrotter for many years. In her teens, she traveled to China. After getting married, she enjoyed the amazing views of the Bahamas with her husband. In short, she was the one who didn't lose any opportunity to explore this planet and see the wonderful sights that the world has to offer. Even when she gave birth to 2 kids, she continued following her passion. When the kids grew up, she took them along with her on her journey around the globe. And her children were in 7th heaven when they woke up every day in a different place and enjoyed breathtaking landscapes. Their recent trip was to Mexico a few years ago, and everybody enjoyed it to the maximum. Little did Yasmin know, this trip would turn her life upside down. It was the winter when the woman woke up with a headache. As soon as she opened her eyes and saw the morning sun on her bed, she felt a burning feeling in her head. However, instead of paying a visit to the doctor, she took some painkillers and started her day. She thought she was just too exhausted, but Yasmin had never been so wrong. The unbearable headache had started to disturb her for weeks, then for months. Yasmin took all the suitable pills, drank enough water during the day, and slept at least 7 hours every night. She started to panic. So what was the matter? She was afraid to suppose it was more than just a simple headache. 352 days had gone by, and every single one of them, Yasmin's head was bursting with strong pain. Moreover, her eyesight got a bit blurry and complicated her mom's duties. It was enough. She couldn't bear it anymore. Little did Yasmin know that the answers she wanted to get so desperately would make her feel sick to her stomach. Finally, Yasmin plucked up the courage and paid a visit to her local doctor. She got to the hospital and sat in the waiting room, watching the clock on the wall endlessly go round and round. When somebody called Yasmin's name, she walked into Dr. Jones's office. The woman sat down and told him about her problem. Dr. Jones got concerned and immediately decided to scan Yasmin's brain. What he found there left him speechless. Dr. Jones had worked as a doctor for 25 years. He was the man who devotedly loved his job and helped those in need with care and dedication. And in all those years, he thought he had seen it all. But in fact, he had never seen anything like this before. Dr. Jones struggled for air when he saw what was inside the woman's head. The results showed there was a foreign body living inside of her. You see, Yasmin had a tapeworm, and it was growing with every minute. When the doctor told Yasmin the truth, she was shocked, devastated, and disgusted at the same time. She wanted them out of her body ASAP. The woman felt sick to her stomach. It was awful and unbelievable. Dr. Jones knew he had to be fast and act professionally, but hundreds of questions popped up in his mind. How exactly did the tapeworm get in her head? Where could she get it? When he asked Yasmin a few questions, he realized the tapeworm could have been picked up during her trip to Mexico 2 years ago. The woman might have tasted the food that was contaminated, but Yasmin's case was out of the ordinary. The thing is that normally most parasites just go right through you. Unluckily for Yasmin, the parasite got into her bloodstream. Over time, it started growing while the fluid backed up in her brain and caused her headaches. Dr. Jones knew he had to get to work and take out the 8 tapeworms from Yasmin's brain. Luckily, the surgery was successful. However, it was really a complicated and long process. Yasmin was extremely grateful these tapeworms were removed and didn't cost her life. She said she would continue traveling, but this time, she will be eating only her food.